Welcome, welcome to Blackwater D&D, the Zune of Twitch D&D streams.
No, don't say that.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
Because we are, according to Emma, superior to other D&D streams, but much less popular.
Honestly, though, that's a great comparison.
Okay, it hurts, but
you're right.
Right?
You're right.
We got our diehards.
High quality.
High quality, good product. Really.
No.
Genuinely,
Sean,
I've never. Well, that's the thing. I want Emma to tell me the difference between Zune's, like what made Zune special, because I've never known. They were just like, it was someone being like, I am down with Zune. Felt like someone being like, I am a secret magician, where I was just like, I have no concept of how your life is special.
Sean, I'm also a secret magician. I just wanted to fill you in on that too.
See,
Sean,
okay, start with the Zune and then we'll crack the ice.
No, Sean,
No?
here's the thing. I love you and M very much, but if you start M talking about Zunes, I'm just going to leave.
I won't do that. I would like to play D&D tonight, so I'm not going to start talking about Zune.
Okay.
Sean, you and I will sit down another time, and I will tell you the beauty of Zune, and it will be beautiful.
The way you're talking about this, it sounds like you're part of like the Freemasons or something. It's like, look, we can't talk about it. I can't. If you're going to talk about it, I can't
talk about it.
Legally speaking, I need to remove myself. Like,
I've already consulted with our lawyers. I've already said too much about Zune. I just like
you get sued by Zune. Guys, there's a situation going on behind line, and Mish is contemplating eating the lights.
I've been watching that too.
Yeah, I'm trying to send him vibes to stop.
Mish, you're gonna hurt yourself.
He's like,
he
what?
knows.
He knows we're watching.
Well, since I'm not going on to a Zune diatribe, yeah, we are just going to jump into D&D tonight because apparently my OBS is not allowing me to access the intro tonight. So
we can freestyle it right now.
We can do.
Forget it. Who needs it?
Shall we all sing it together at the same time?
I think
on Twitch. I haven't heard it.
I think we'll get banned
soon
on
enough
Twitch.
Recent enough to.
I think we'll get banned on Twitch if we do that.
If you thought
we were Zoom before, we're gonna be Zoom.
One thing I love about Zoom is Zoom birthdays, because there's nothing. If you thought people singing "Happy Birthday" to you like out of tune in person was bad, Zoom makes it so much worse. It's like transcendently uncomfortable. And we could give that experience to all our listeners of this show.
I don't think we're gonna do that.
We could
Sean,
give
that
them
would be
like
us testing the experiment. That would be us testing the experiment of if we could go below 0 viewers. if there's a negative score in Twitch, we'd find it with that.
So on that note, I will jump right into announcements, and then we will play some Dungeons and Dragons. A big thank you to our sponsors, Legendcraft, a nerdy woodworking company from Calgary, and Silverwing Armory, selling paper products for all your RPG needs. Check them out, and if something tickles your fancy, enter the code Blackwater at checkout for a discount. Legendcraft has a Kickstarter that will be ending like tomorrow as part of their Make 100 campaign. They're making D2 flip coins, which double as an 8-space tracker. So type !Legendcraft in the chat to get, in on that through our exclusive Blackwater link. Love, as always, to our Dice Scottish Keisha and our artist, Tiana. Check them out on Instagram. We love them so much, and their commissions are open with limited number of spots. So please, please, please go get in on that. Also, our Discord is such a lovely place. So type !Discord in the chat to join it. And when we're streaming, come hang out here with us in the Twitch chat, because that's where all the cool kids are. But then after the show, come hang out with us, because that's where the after party is. Also, if you would like to be part of the Gravelies, which is our 1-year anniversary, which is going to be coming up on March 17th, we are doing the nominations for best moments and all of that kind of good stuff. So head on over to the Discord. Please submit. We've got another 3 days for submissions, and then they are closed, and then voting begins. So please head on over there and go do that, because why have you not already done that yet? Big thank you to those of you who subscribe to us and follow us. Don't forget to re-up your subscriptions. Some of them don't roll over every month. We also have a coffee if you'd like to donate, so type !donate in the chat. Also, we're just so thankful to have you here. So, thanks for showing up every week. We love that. Lore Club. Do you want to get involved in chronicling our lore from the very beginning? You do, because you love that. You love lore. I love lore. We can all love lore together. So type !lore and get involved. And through a Google form with our wonderful mod, the New Experience Network. Programming this week. We are back on Monday with Chatwater. It will be Sean and Yanis and myself and potentially Matt, if the internet allows, which will be great to continue discussing this and maybe some lore. Maybe
We can get to lore. We'll do it.
we'll do it.
We'll do it.
If Tim lets us get to lore. So we have Matt for the Elemental Chaos arc, which is wonderful. Monday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Come back here and hang out and talk shop with us. Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, is our Wednesday off. We take the first Wednesday of the month off because it's going to be March next week. Oh my gosh, March again. Coming up to our 1-year anniversary, which is so exciting. And then we are back on Saturday with our main campaign. So lastly, if you're new tonight or whether you've been with us for ages, thank you so much for joining us. We thank you so much for your support. We love you immensely, and thank you for hanging out at our table. We hope you feel really welcome here. So I'm so nervous about what's going to happen in these 12 hours for our
So
characters.
nervous.
So let's play some fucking Dungeons & Dragons.
Oh. God.
I think you are muted, my dear.
Gains down. That's better. How's that? Is that better?
That's better.
Good.
Oh, good.
I turn my gain down sometimes when I was talking, just so my mic doesn't pick her up. Now you know, a little peek behind the curtain.
Very
Ooh.
considerate of you, Tim.
Is this behind the screen?
So,
Yeah.
for those of you just joining us tonight, last week Blackwater was granted access to Kindry's dream palace, where they spoke to the young Kalishtar Kindry, getting some insight into her relationship with Halora and Limerick. After some discussion, she urged them to help Limerick leave, knowing she would still be able to be in contact with him. They came back to Halora, who was able to offer them some further information as well as loan them a few items. They were also granted permission to speak to the Inquisitor, the imprisoned servant of the Whispered One, where they tried to ascertain the motivations of the Matron of Vengeance and learn the scope of her vendetta. They then took Limerick and were granted access to a portal to Wolfreen, arriving in their home city, which was in full preparation for the Equinox festivities. They set out to find Cato and his father, the Sun Speaker Halskani. Pulling the Sun Speaker out of his council meeting, Callie also discovered Kamea had gone against her wishes and remained in the city. After a difficult discussion with the Sun Speaker, who refused to let his son leave the protection offered by Wolfreen, Cato insisted they help them, and the Sun Speaker acquiesced and insisted they speak to the council first. So this is where we pick up.
Oh boy.
So the Sun Speaker leads you back into the council chambers, as the rest of the council is kind of sitting sort of expectantly, kind of confused and wondering what's going on.
I just want to confirm that the last time we were all in front of the council, we were outing Cora as an associate of Mind Flayers.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That was just what's up, everybody? It's
Never,
been a while.
we're never in here casually. We're
You do
never like,
notice, though-
hey, how's
Yeah.
your day? How are you guys doing?
So in there, Kamea is there. You're with the Sun Speaker. Nissa is not there. She is also council member, but she's not there. And as Silmac is there, the Dragonborn, Admiral Kazim is there. Wendell Deep Hollow, the Treasurer, is there, and General Illyrian Solgar is there as well.
Oh.
What are you doing here? What's going on?
Forgive our intrusion and need to speak to the Sun Speaker. There is events are happening on cosmic proportions, and we have Kamea, you know about the brands.
Yes.
The matron has come calling.
I see. What does she require?
She has asked that we bring Cato to Manta in the courtyard above her tomb by midnight tonight.
I see. And as, forgive me, but I'm a little bit lost.
Yeah,
Oh, shall I catch up?
go ahead, Lettuce, yes.
All right, you all know about the Raven Queen, died a long time ago, right?
Yes, of
Right,
course.
good.
Yeah.
Raven Queen turned out not totally dead and is back alive as the Matron of Vengeance. She's mad that she got killed. Gods, they're weird, am I right? And she wants to get vengeance on the entire pantheon, starting apparently with Pelor, our favorite god in Wolfreen, am I right? Pelor. Very long story short, the Matron of Vengeance has branded us. So if I know, right, crazy, we'll tell you about that. How did Dresden get started? Am I right?
Fixes his little glasses.
Yeah, it's wild. The life and adventure. So long story short, if Cato doesn't arrive in Manta at midnight, terrible, terrible things are going to happen to us and presumably our loved ones, ergo the Queen of Wolfreen. And if we bring Cato to Manta just solo, presumably bad things are going to happen to him and his most loved one, presumably Pelor. However, if we bring Cato, the six of us and our queen does not have bad things happen to us. And if we all work together to stop the Matron of Vengeance, then Cato, and by extension Pelor, nothing bad happens to him. We all work together and everybody survives.
I think one of our fears is that if she is able to go through with whatever she has planned for Pelor, there is very little stopping her from working her way through the rest of the pantheon. Every god who turned their back on her when she put out her call for aid in the last days of the Dawn War, none of them responded.
What do you suggest we do? Where is Manta?
Manta it was the patron city of the Raven Queen. It was far off to the east on a peninsula that was flooded. It resides in what we know as the Forgotten Expanse.
We've been there and can teleport there.
Yes.
So that's not an issue.
Do you have a plan of some kind?
Not yet. We came here first, seeking to... I only got the call 12 hours ago, and we have been returning from Guyang as of this morning.
You know what we know at this point, but like between the people in this room represents, some of the amount of resources. If we don't know what to do about this, surely we must know people who know about gods trying to kill other gods. Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about deicide. New word. Hashtag letters, new word.
I don't have time to ask you what a hashtag is. We haven't had a lot of time to figure out a plan. I'm sorry. But we can do something.
We can't.
Hashtag is a thing that we do down at the Blackwater Bar and Grill when you want your morning like hash browns, but there's a limited amount of them, so you have to tag your place in line, and so then if we see you have got a hashtag, then we'll bring you your morning hash. I say quietly, too spooky, and no one else.
Thank you so much.
Because otherwise that would be deeply inappropriate given the stakes of the scene.
Oh, I get it.
The Sun Speaker is... I am not entirely in favor of letting my son go, but he seems intent on going with them. But we can offer no protection. We cannot teleport an army there. None of us have been.
Can you call in Palor? Send in some of those angels he loves so much?
But
You're the
isn't
sun
this
speaker.
what you precisely didn't want to happen?
The, the I wonder. I can imagine, Sunspeaker, that I never presume to know what another person's relationship with their god is like. Is there opportunity for you to ask or talk to the Dawn Father?
I think what he's saying is that he's worried that the whole thing is that Cato is a trap to get Palor to send people down.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right. I'm going to take a back seat. I've done my part in this conversation.
You've done wonderfully, Lettuce.
I think this is certainly a very scary and daunting next 12 hours, but the reality is that we have a god who is on the loose and is going to never stop trying to kill Palor and the rest of the pantheon. And it is our duty to try our best to put a stop to that. And we know one time where she is going to be. I think we have to try our best. You know, this is our one opportunity before she's off doing goddess knows what.
And I mean, it is not like the other gods would know of this plan. We can't ask. I could not commune with her grace and ask what is the Raven Queen's intent, because she would not know.
We can warn the gods about the plan. At this point, none of the gods know that the matron is gunning for them, as far as we can tell. At the very least, we could give them a heads up. Also, we know that the Matron of Vengeance cannot get out of the negative energy plane on her own. Is there any chance of putting her back there?
Do you mean the negative energy plane?
We tell them.
Yeah, we tell them
Yeah.
about what we
Catch
saw in
them
the
up.
room of Palor, at the tomb of the Raven Queen, the story of how the Raven Queen died.
So she was put there once before.
By her grace, yes. It was an act of trying to save her. But it did not have the effects she intended. While the Raven Queen, the matron, did restore herself, she sat for over 2,000 years in nothingness.
There was some way to return her there.
Yeah. And then we build a tomb around the Nightwalker that spawned as a result. Because before it was just walking around, and that's how she got out. But like,
I wonder if the courtyard in Manta, that is where she was sent in the first place. That is where, when the blade was in her back, Her Grace Nepthisiket was able to open a portal to the negative energy plane and shunt the Raven Queen there. The energy, the conduit. I have banished something before. I have banished a god before. I don't know if this magic will work in that essence, but that could potentially be a shot.
Was she not in a weakened state last time you banished her? Or when she was banished before?
Severely incapacitated, stabbed with the blade that she now carries.
And this other god? You banished Tharizdun.
Yes, I did. Chained him down and formed the seal that I wear on my finger.
Sealed him away.
I did. This is the Sun Speaker that's speaking.
Mm-hmm.
I know we can't kill gods as mortals, but can we beat them up a bunch so that they're weak enough that we can shunt them is because what we as Blackwaters are really good at is doing hurt on big bad things.
If she is present on the material plane, she would be vulnerable, but also extremely powerful.
We don't have to kill her if we are able to keep her busy and take her down enough that I assume the way you're like stroking your chin about it, somebody who you're thinking of is able to do something.
My only worry is, since being on the material plane, she's obviously healed, grown stronger.
Yes.
I don't think it would be as easy as before.
There would have to be something that she would. There is something. She covets her revenge. She covets that. The priestesses from my temple, all of the Kenku have gone, save one. I'm wondering if there is a way, if we can separate her from the blade. That blade has weakened a god once. It was a blade forged by Bane, Asmodeus, and Zahir, imbued with the chaos of Tharizdun, but now carries her own magic. I do not know whether she could be weakened by her own magic.
You see Wendell, the halfling, kind of pipes up. You all believe you can wrest a dagger away from a god?
Do you have any better ideas, Mr. DiPolo?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, you brought this on yourselves. You should have to clean it up. I don't see
Yeah,
why you should have to bring the Sunspeaker into danger.
Because your queen is at risk. Because the Matron of Vengeance is interested in Callie, who loves and is married to the queen. And the Matron of Vengeance doesn't just come after you, she comes after everyone you care about.
She's protected by the whole Wolfrenian army. There's no safer place she could be.
The army won't be able to protect her.
Wendell, she's a god.
So yeah, I mean, look, we're spitballing. We're coming to you. You know what we know. You can either get on board and help this from happening, or you can harumph in the corner. Like, what are you doing here, man? Get on
I'm
side.
just trying to be the voice of reason.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fair. Reason heard. Let's be constructive.
If there was a way, go ahead, let us.
Wild and dark thought. If gods are only as powerful as their worshipping base, and she's only being kept alive by the Kenku, I know we can't really do this in 12 hours, but if we can somehow sever her connection to her followers, that would rob her of her divine power, correct?
Don't believe so. You said she was the Matron of Vengeance.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then anyone who wants vengeance powers her. Okay, yep, sorry, you walked me
That's
through
what
that.
I
Thank
mean.
you very
I
much.
believe she's likely grown immeasurably in power. Not all gods need to be prayed to. Some exist because of an idea. Ayun exists because knowledge is shared. They do not need worship in the same way.
The opposite of vengeance is forgiveness. Can we look? Just follow me on this one.
Right.
I'm listening.
No, I think I had the same idea.
Is there some way we can make a god of forgiveness, or like forgive her so much that she chills out? Someone help me. All I've got is a seed. Someone grow this into an oak.
I wonder if Her Grace would speak to her. Her Grace was the one that put her there. Her Grace paid the penance for her older sister, Basilis's betrayal. And she calls Nepthiseket the usurper. There is something that my order does not shy away from, and it is balance. While Nepthiseket cannot undo what she has done, or negate the impact of what has happened to the matron, perhaps explaining the intent and what she has done in her absence as honor to the matron may be a start. That is something I can ask. But that is the will of her grace, whether she chooses to do that or not.
I got it. The Matron of Vengeance is pissed at the Pantheon for not coming to her aid. We got a Sun Speaker. We got 2 high priests here. Can we get the gods to apologize? If we can get the people who she feels like wronging her owning up to that wrong and trying to make it right.
One big hug.
I mean, yeah, on like an emotional deific scale, like, is that anything?
It would require every god. There is no halfway.
We got 12 hours. We know people.
I suppose we do know people.
I mean, gods can't, like, only Pelor could be there in the flesh. But if we are able to get the mouthpiece of every god present and just owning that she's got to be pissed that no one knows about this, that that it's been forgotten, that all the gods have just swept it under the rug, that no one knows how the Raven Queen died. Let's make it so she doesn't need vengeance. And I don't know what that's going to look like, but you're right, voice of reason. The idea of wrestling a dagger away from a god seems unrealistic, but maybe touching him right here.
Maybe we keep wrestling a dagger away as a plan C.
I think we need to find out from, if we can, from the gods what happened that day, because we have been told the side of the story from
The darkness.
Secrets Man, from the darkness, about what happened, but it is very possible that we will find out that is not exactly what happened, and that they do not feel like they have anything to apologize for. I know that when the Matron of Vengeance fell, the Raven Queen at the time, Erathis' city was being sieged, and that she was giving everything she could at the moment to keep Caradoc alive. And even then, with all of her attention, did not succeed in doing as such. It is possible that the Raven Queen thinks that it was on deaf ears because they were indifferent. And that might not be the case. And as such, the gods might feel like they have no reason to apologize.
So walk into here, though, is the fact that if we go to Manta, we have Cato and we have brought him, but in that we have also brought the high priest of one of the gods she's mad at, the high priestess, and also a champion of one of them, and the Sun Speaker, and we will be alone. And that whatever talking we may do, she is called the Matron of Vengeance, that might be too good to turn down.
My fear is that her vengeance is not logical and rational, and that she is not in a state that is of reasoning. And that we, even if we convinced Paylor to come down and apologize, that we would have done exactly what she would have wanted to do anyways. That would have fallen on deaf ears, and that it would open the gateway to the pantheon.
The one piece of information we have missing is we have learned partially why she needs Cato. He acts as a conduit, a vessel, with his connection to Paylor, even through other means. But the one piece of information we have missing is what she actually intends to do. We have the perhaps skewed version of the why. We have the where, the when, but we don't have the what.
Maybe I should just go alone.
No.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
I don't
Or
wanna,
you know what? Let me not cut you off. Keep going. Give me the pitch.
I don't want to put any of you in danger, and I can protect myself.
This kid is like spinning. No, no, man.
Cato, she didn't ask for you to go. She asked for us to bring you. So if you were to just go alone, I feel like that would be going against her ask in a way. There is something, I think, about us bringing you, but also
She wants us there.
I don't mean to sound like a pessimist here. A whole bunch of gods apologizing to another god sounds great. But I think this is about to be one of the worst situations we've ever dealt with. And we have less than 24 hours until the worst things imaginable happen to us.
We either find a way to kill her, or we find a way to change her mind. Those are our options, right?
On a base level, yes.
I can go either way at this point. But since we don't have any ways of killing her, unless, and I look at voice of reason guy, I sort of open the floor.
I don't know. I mean, you could try to banish her, like you said.
I was going to say, I think we cannot kill her.
No.
But we have banished a god once before.
Yes.
And while this one would be harder, we are stronger and we have time.
You have 11 hours.
Thank you.
Yeah.
we're
Thank
well
you
aware.
so much.
That's some
Wendell.
time. Letters?
But you have no idea the way we can stretch out 11 hours. It'll feel like months. I mean, I fucking look. I'm just coming up with spaghetti at the wall. But when we sealed Buddy Oblivion, we had to go into the hell to slap him there. Is there any way we lead the Matron of Vengeance on a planar goose chase? Get her hopping through various planes until we get one where because you said, "Oh, here's a Cato, come with us." And we keep hopping and hopping and hopping until we end up in a plane that she fucking hates. We're like, "Ha, I got you." Like I don't know how gods work, but if she's weak, if she's strong here, is there someplace we can take her where she's weak? Does that scratch any noodles?
From what I know of where the deities reside, knowing that the equinox of the Dawn Father is tomorrow, generally it is accepted that the deities choose a plane in which to inhabit and make it their own. That way, they can exert their influence in a different way. Their power manifests differently. They are not as
Oh.
strong in the material plane, but they have a much wider reach.
Is it possible for a god to make the material plane their plane? Because if I was a god of vengeance, that's where I'd want to be.
They can, but they are governed by this plane in some way. It makes them vulnerable to be wounded or killed.
All right, let's keep working with that.
So, are you saying that you think that right now this is the plane that she is attached to, or that there is another plane somewhere?
I believe that she is. I don't think that she has chosen a plane or bound herself to a plane. Rather, she has decided to exist on this plane to exert maximal power.
But she is vulnerable in this way.
In a way, yes. She's still a god.
I wonder
But-
if she has, in the 2300 plus years that she was there, she made herself a bit at home.
I would imagine she has probably a love-hate relationship with the negative energy plane. But if you're going to seal her away anywhere, that's probably your best bet.
Because if she had made the
Go ahead, darling.
sorry, if she had made the negative energy plane her home, she would not be able to exert her will here as we have seen. Right?
I don't know. Perhaps now that she is manifested and is known as the Matron of Vengeance, her presence is felt. Cat may be already out of the bag.
Let's say we're trying to banish her, right? If we just use a regular banishment spell, then she goes back to whatever deific plane she was created from, right? That's how that's her technically her home plane. How do you banish someone to a specific plane of your choosing? Do we have a spell or a magic item that does that?
She would have to be bound there.
Okay.
I think of what happened with Arethys' death. The ice titan Ishvael died, fell, piercing the mother's eye tower, piercing its heart, with flesh freezing Arethys and Caradoc separating Arethys from her mortal body and banishing her to the ice plane.
You would likely need some kind of seal to keep her there.
Another seal.
I
We
would imagine probably more than one. Or it may be only temporary. But one is better than none at this point.
well, I guess if one thing is a piece of good news, we do know how to do that part. Once they're there.
Once she is in the plane, I have done it once before. I can try it again. But
We know somebody who makes seals, right?
They do.
Ting, ting, ting. That really good forger who we met that one time,
Yeah.
who likes to keep it low key.
Yeah, that one person in that one place.
it would have to be an item bound.
We got loads of items. Easy.
I wonder if what you're saying, Sunspeaker, having 3. If there is some way that I am able to teach you the magic, gift you the magic, or if Her Grace would be willing to grant that to you, I don't know. Because if there are 3 of us, binding her, banishing her, as you say, that will be stronger than one.
Yes, I could try. I don't know if it will work. But don't have much choice, do we?
I was gifted the spell at my temple Philenis, on the Amonkhet. I am wondering if your gods here at their patron temples may do the same.
Perhaps.
We need a gate, right? That's the piece that we're missing.
We have a gate.
Where?
The book. The Planer's Caller's Codex. The book you just have, letter. It allows you to cast the spell gate.
Yana's got that.
Yana.
You powerful enough to cast that spell?
No, but we know someone who is.
So, tentative plan. We go to Manta with as many people as we possibly can. We give it the good old college try of talking a god down from committing deicide?
Deicide.
Letters?
Letters.
If that fails, we do as much damage to her as possible. Open a gate to the negative energy plane. We put her through the gate. We banish her and set planar bindings to the plane, and we close the gate.
Got anything
Sounds
to say,
good.
Wendell?
I mean, it's your funeral. And I guess mine if you fail, so good luck.
So helpful.
Thanks, Wendell.
So helpful, bud.
It's good to have a voice of reason. I don't think we could
So-
have come to that on our
It's-
own.
Is Wendell from Barmwich? I forget.
He did grow up a bit in Barmwich, but he moved at quite a young age. He was like a teen when he moved to Wolverine.
He was too big for Barnbridge.
He
Can't wait to get
lost all
out of
that
this
Barnwich
city.
hospitality.
Ugh.
Okay.
He was also one of
So-
the only counselors. He was one of the counselors who voted for Cora to be queen back in the day. But he may have
Without
been.
being
Gross.
charmed?
You don't know.
No.
So
Very reasonable thing to do to vote to Cora for Cora. Like, we're not here to shit on Wendell. That day will
So-
come.
Well,
So I see a handful of problems that we need to work on in these next 12 hours if this is our plan. Number one, none of us can cast Gate. Number
Yes.
two, at the moment, only one of us can cast Planar Banishment. And number three, I imagine the exorbitant amount of radiant damage that all of us do is going to be insufficient against a god. Those are the hitches that I see in this plan, and they seem like they are things that if we thought really hard about, we could probably get over. This is letters. This is where you come up with good ideas.
Well, I'm not letters, but as I said, we know one person who is able to cast gate.
Starts with an H, rhymes with Shmomoka.
Yes,
Okay.
that would be an ask. Another ask.
She's given a pretty hard no that she's not leaving her. Starts with a D, rhymes with Shmeem Palace.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we can count on Shmomoka.
Right. Nissa, where is Nissa?
I don't know. She didn't tell me where she was going.
Jara's with her.
Yes.
Well, that's good.
There is, if I remember correctly about the spell, the gate spell, someone who is of learned magic wizard or a cleric can cast it.
One thing with that, that's with the spell scroll.
Oh, that's what this.
This gives you access to the spell when you can cast it. It's not quite the same.
Okay.
Can we get a scroll? Because anyone can cast a scroll if they got a scroll, right?
Yes.
I don't know if we'd be able to find a gate scroll. I mean, not here,
Boner.
likely.
We would also need to know the precise point that we are looking to open. We can't just say negative energy plane. It would have to be something specific. We would need to use the wording very carefully. An honorific or title may not work. It is the name of the creature, the entity that we wish to banish there. Now, from my knowledge, the Raven Queen, her name lost, and titles only. And deities, gods, may be able to prevent that portal from opening.
Can we bribe Task with helping us out? As far as we know, Task. Oh yeah, there's a new god on the scene. He's named Task. He's the god of greed. You're up to date. He's a big dragon. Task does not have his own plane, as far as we know. Task is somewhere on the material plane. Task loves money. Wolfrine's a rich state. Can we make a god mercenary? Is that anything?
I believe that this problem was created when we tried to make a god mercenary.
I don't think we want to be indebted to Task or give Task the opportunity to take out another god.
Fuck, you're right. That's just trading monkeys for snakes.
Yeah.
I think there is something to this plan. This putting her back in the negative energy plane. Just there is a very specific set of circumstances.
Can we open a gate and just put her in it? Like, if we open a cosmic pit, can we push her in it and close it? Is that cool? Or I don't know. I think this works.
I mean, you can
but it may only buy you time.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how long she'll be stuck there without a proper seal or seals. It's only a matter of time before she returns, I think.
We need something tying her down.
But I think we are thinking in the right direction. I just fear that we do not have the time.
Epi, I think you need to talk to Nephthys again.
Yes.
Yeah. Do we want to take a tight 15 or however long it takes for everyone who can talk to their god to talk to their god, and use one of their calls?
I would like that.
Yes, I would as well.
I will.
Phone
as well.
speaker? Okay, great.
I would find a spot probably in the corner of the council room.
Okay.
And I'm assuming the council room is large.
It's not huge. It's kind of like a meeting. It's like a boardroom.
Oh.
But there is chambers nearby. Commands like you're welcome to any of the other rooms.
I would take up another chamber, incense, candles, prayer mats, darkness.
Okay.
I don't know how long it'll take for all their people to talk to their god, so I'm going to start reattuning to my beard belt.
Okay, sounds good.
Just in case they take an hour.
Oh yeah, before I'd go back, I'd
Ooh,
pass
same with my amulet.
Yana her amulet back out of the bag.
as well as everyone else's stuff. Letters, your Emerald Twilight, the Iron Bands of Bolaro for Clack, your Transformation Ring, and your Belt of Dwarven Kind.
Oh yeah.
I'm also going to go find a room.
Yep. Yeah, and you see that the Sun Speaker also steps out. As does Kato.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to pop up the darkness and I'm going to cast Commune.
Okay. What are your questions?
Hello, Your Grace. First, I thank you for your blessings and for your comfort. I am in need of your aid. I know that you may sense my unease, my trepidation, but not know why.
I'd briefly fill her in on what's going on.
Now the thought to prevent the matron from wreaking havoc on not only the pantheon that she feels abandoned her, but also everyone that I love and care about and beyond. If there is some way that we may access the negative energy plane, will the magic you gifted me with power would banish? Will that allow me to banish and bind her there?
You see that kind of familiar cat kind of pad out of the darkness and grow into a full-grown woman kind of standing before you. You see the mask on her face.
I would immediately bow my head, just like in utter deference.
She kind of kneels down. The Pentha. I do not know. I believe that a seal created would keep her there, bound, where her influence would be limited. But I worry that only one seal would only keep her there temporarily. Her anguish is immeasurable. It can be felt across all the planes.
If there was... No, sorry. Would you grant me the ability to teach Kokanee and the Sun Speaker the ability to use power with banish? Would you give me that?
She looks down at you. It is not mine to gift to them. Their gods must gift it to them.
I see.
When the seals were created for Tharasdun, each god gave of themselves.
As you did.
Yes. It is not a small favor. And those deities may not be eager to give more of themselves.
And you have already been so gracious with me.
I would give of myself again.
You would?
Yes. Yes. I know. I was too. When I sealed her away. And I am now. For what I have wrought on the world.
No.
Yes. But it is good intentions sometimes that are our undoing. But it does not mean that it was the wrong choice. Merely a choice.
Thank you. My last question is perhaps trivial, but I feel like you have given me all the information we already can know. Did you know where you were sending her? Or what happened to her there?
I knew where I sent her. But at the time, I believed it would be a kind of stasis. I did not realize the full extent of what the negative energy plane does. It is the opposite of life.
It is
And,
not even death.
No.
It is unlife.
Yes.
I am honored by your presence, your grace.
You are most special, child. You see, she kind of rises up, and as she does, she kind of like raises her hand out to lift you up as well.
I take it.
And as you kind of stand, she stands maybe a foot over you. And you see she kind of bends down and nuzzles your temple.
I do the same.
As you kind of like, as you feel that sensation, you kind of come to.
I can imagine that Kokanee and the Sunspeaker are already in their communing.
Yeah, this is essentially all
Okay.
happening simultaneously. So,
Okay.
yeah, so we'll go over to Kokanee. Are you casting Commune as well?
Seems like the reasonable choice here, I think. I will go in.
Okay.
And I will sit and I will open up my book and I will cast Commune.
Okay. So you watch as you kind of look at your book, you start to see the almost as if there are inner mechanical workings beneath the pages start to shift and move as your vision kind of blurs out, and you hear the kind of soft clinking of a hammer as your eyes kind of readjust, and you find yourself once again in a vast workshop. You can see much bigger than the last time you were here. You can see there are constructs of every shape and size, almost impossible to comprehend. And you hear kind of a dog bark.
I look around. Do I see her?
You see her at a bench a little ways away. She kind of stands up. She turns. You can see she moves some goggles from her head. Ah, good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I wish we could be seeing each other on better terms.
Yes, so do I.
You know of what has been happening.
I can feel it, yes.
I believe that she's coming after all of you.
Yes. I knew the day would come.
I apologize if this is too forward, but what happened? Why?
At the height of the Dawn War, days before Caradoc was attacked, is when I heard the call. But I knew that an attack was imminent on Caradoc. And if I left, it may be my undoing as well. Erased from memory. So, selfishly, I stayed. I turned my back on that call. I did not know what the others did, but there was a hatred that could be felt when she returned. We all must make our choices.
We choose to go today. Let's do our best to stop her. I'm not afraid to go and to die, but I'm so afraid to let you down.
You couldn't let me down, Kokanee. You've built so much. You've ushered in a new age. And you continue to uphold our ideals.
But I fear that if we fail today, it will be all for naught.
Perhaps.
Is there... I hate to ask for more, but is there anything that you can bring to help us?
I was wondering when you'd ask. You can see she moves over to another workbench. She opens up a drawer and she pulls out what looks like a kind of intricate clockwork sphere. It's about the size of a walnut. She walks over to you. I had a hand in the first time around. and I gave of myself. And I am willing to give of myself again. If you can't seal her away, all that we've built may be for nothing. Take this. You'll know when the time is right. Channel your energy. It will not be easy.
I have still got lots of organs left.
This one doesn't have to live in your body. But do keep it safe. Or better yet, keep it hidden.
We will do what we must. Thank you so much.
Good luck. She kind of lays her hands on your shoulders. As you feel a warmth kind of radiate through you, you can feel the like cogs in your chest sort of moving in sync with all of the cogs in the workshop at the same time as you hear the sort of ticking as you kind of come back.
I love you. And I'll stand up. I'll walk back inside.
Okay.
While this is happening in the boardroom, Callie would have been, I guess, just standing with Blackwater during that time. And in the time of people leaving, Callie's just going to walk over, stand beside Neva and behind Kamea, and she's just going to put her hand on Kamea's shoulder, and that's it. Just stand there.
And you feel she kind of reaches up and puts her hand on yours.
Neppy would have been waiting outside in the hall before going back in
All right.
for Kokanee and the Sun Speaker.
All right. You see the Sun Speaker steps out of his room. And he looks somewhat pale, but he steps forward, kind of nods his head.
Does he look pale, Lore?
Of a pallor to his skin. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Are you well? Are you?
Yes, I'm fine.
Oh, that's an insight check on that, please.
Fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and exhausted.
Callie's done that exact I'm fine. I think Neppy
To
should get
me.
advantage. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Callie's done that I'm fine enough to Neppy.
Insight. Oh god, is that one plus 10 as well? Yeah, that's gonna be a 24.
24. Yeah, he, like, you don't know what the content of his conversation was, but it's obvious that it like has affected him deeply, and it like it's a mix of he's terrified and resolved in the same sort of hand.
Before Kokanee would come out. Sun Speaker. Whatever happens today, we will know we've tried.
Of course.
And
Just promise me one thing.
Promises.
I will.
Just keep Kato safe and alive.
I brought your boy back once after the gods brawl. He will be the safest he can be in my care.
Good.
And Sun Speaker, even if there is history between both of the gods that we worship. It is my hope going forward, if there is a day after this day, that even if the hurt resides in the upper planes, that you and I make steps forward for those that follow us, my priestesses, all that follow the Dawn Father, that we mend this. Because the infighting can only go so far.
Of course.
All right. And I'd wait for Kokanee to come out.
Okay. He comes out shortly after you sort of finish up.
Hi.
All is well?
As well as it can be. How fares Arathis?
Growing.
I'm glad. Shall we?
Yourself, Sunspeaker?
I'm fine.
Her
High
Grace.
Priest for a reason, huh? Because there comes a time when you have to do what you got to do.
The burden is great.
And it is ours
That
to
it is.
shoulder it.
We will guard your boy to our dying breath if needed.
I hope it doesn't come to that.
I would prefer to live.
Myself as well. Her Grace gave me a bit of insight. Perhaps we can share that with the council at large.
Can you head back into the council chambers?
After some moments, Her Grace granted me her presence. She will enable me to utilize the magic once more. She has gifted me the power to seal her once more, but I cannot bind her alone. There will have to be more than one.
You won't have to. I will be able to have a shot at binding her as well.
Good. Her Grace mentioned that the magic would have to be gifted from god or goddess to cleric, so I could not teach you, even if I wanted to.
So, Sunspeaker, you get anything from the Dawn Father?
I did, yes.
Oh, cool. Great.
Was the Dawn Father aware of what is stirring, brewing?
Yes, he felt her presence. He seemed, as ever, even keel. But he did grant me the knowledge on how to banish her.
Can I
when the
insight
time
that?
arises. Yeah.
While Neppy's sussing that dude out, just like to be, I was pondering my awesome beard belt. I was thinking, while the three of you high priests are banishing, we kind of have to keep her busy. Do y'all have like a magic net, or I was thinking some sort of magic grappling hook that I could like throw onto her? Because we do know she can fly at virtually supersonic speeds. So if I can just hook her, I think I can hold on to her. Does anybody have that in their house? Or know somebody?
We haven't seen Adonis yet.
Why would the curio shop?
Yeah, he has weird shit. Have you ever been in there?
I think once.
Unless you have like an astral dreadnought fish hook on hand.
What has Kamea been in?
I was looking for a dress, and I was out with Jar, and she wanted to go in. I don't know.
Of course, Jar was drawn in there.
It was a new shop, so there was, she was excited. He is a bit odd, but if you think he would have something of that magnitude,
I don't think so. He's just like, oh wait, no, okay, I remember. I guess we could try. Yeah, great. I'm sure we all have something to prep. Did we figure out the arcane gate situation, or the three of you, through the power of prayer, banish her to the negative energy plane? Is that all we need to do?
The gate must be. There must be a rift open, and she must be close to it, or
Can we
in the rift itself, as it was with the Chained Oblivion.
Can we piggyback the rift that Nephthysket made back in the day? Do rifts heal, or is there some sort of cosmic scar left that we can...
when you were there was no rift.
Peen. All right, who did we talk to about that?
There would have to be a way to open the gate. And honestly, perhaps Adonis may know someone who can open a gate. That is the only... No, that's not the only person I can think of, but perhaps the only person who could.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Sorry, you go ahead, Deanna.
I could call Nessa. We don't have to know where she is.
Yes.
Can I call Nessa today? Actually, I don't know if I have it prepped.
I might.
I do.
I do.
Oh, look at us. Chatterboxes.
I want to call her, but I might not be able to. I might be out of minutes. I don't have it ready today.
Is there?
All right, Claire
is
Bears,
there-
it's on you.
Is there a wizard spell that can stop someone from being able to fly?
Yeah, it's called Earthbind. It's rad as fuck. However, it's a little inconsistent. If I had some sort of awesome fish hook imbued with it.
Just putting that cosmic energy out to the universe.
Well, look,
Cosmic
I wouldn't
fish
want
hook.
it all the time. I just kind of need it for this one. I mean, I know like well, there was that one that Enchanter in Barn, which is only a 2nd level spell. You do need to not fail a strength saving throw, but I mean,
Tova.
yeah, Tova out in Barnwich.
She's here.
Wait,
Minlin.
fuck.
Hey, you're
Who's
thinking of
the-
another one.
Minlin.
Yeah. Minlin
Yeah,
is the one
Minlin.
who wears house coats when it's not necessarily appropriate to do so. Who is technically a more proficient enchanter than Tova, who is fairly new at it, but we can learn that in time. But I mean, she's local.
So, the thing that is missing from our plan right now
Is the gate.
Is a gate.
We 100% need a gate.
100% need the gate. Cosmic fish hook optional.
Yeah. If we figure out the gate, other bonuses if we have time. Cosmic fish hook.
Weapon for Callie that does non-radiant damage. Oh, wait! The fucking Illyrian amplifier. If we could hook that up to the sword and like put some fire goo on it, maybe it could channel all her radiant into. Sorry, go ahead, Nippy.
What if we use the Illyrian amplifier on a portal, like a plane shifting spell or a portal spell? What if we?
Failing upwards, yeah.
What if there is a way to manipulate the magic of? I mean, I've never been to the negative energy plane. I don't have a totem from there. But if there was a way to amplify the magic to potentially open a rift rather than take us there, I don't know, that might be...
No. We have all the gods lined up. All we need is a gate. Now, I think the amplifier is a bit of a shot in the dark because that's back at Unityville, Save Illyria, and we'd have to talk to them, and that's a lot of teleportation I don't think we have slots for.
What if we could amplify your magic? Simply to the point where it's powerful enough to cascade. Yes.
I mean, if I had a scroll, I don't know Gate personally.
Right.
Also, hate to admit this, but Yana is technically the better wizard than I. If anyone gets amplified, it's Yana.
What if?
Thank you.
What if? Because I think you're like putting aside the gate.
Yeah.
I think that you are right that there is a problem with her just leaving if stuff starts to go bad. Could we make like an Illyrian amplified like Earthbind net or
Cosmic
hook?
fish hook? Yeah.
Cosmic fish hook? That packs a little more oomph than a
I mean, we'd have to talk to the Illyrians, but we know them. By the way, I mean, maybe we do. No, you're Wolfridian. It's cool. The Illyrians still exist.
A bigger story for another time, perhaps.
But point is, we've made inroads with them. It's great. Seriously,
And
the amount
as
of-
is like, the Illyrians?
yeah,
Yeah.
the
Ancient
Illyrians.
race of elves?
Yeah,
yeah.
This is fascinating.
they're
Yeah.
very,
I'm very interested in that. I'm very
yeah.
interested to learn more about that.
they're
We-
wonderful hosts.
Well,
Wait.
that's a vested interest in you helping keep us alive for another
Yes.
day.
I'm
is that
on
we can
board
tell you all
100%.
about it.
I know, I guess.
I love
You're
this guy.
wonderful.
Your job, well, we're doing what we're doing. You talk to Wendell, you get him on board.
No, he's a bit of a stick in the mud, but it's kind of fun sometimes.
But
You
I
can
have
really
faith
get
in
his
you.
goose.
Yeah. Get his goose into our goose net or whatever.
Fish hook.
Cosmic fish hook. I was kind of freewheeling on that, but every time I say it out loud, I
What
like
if-
it more and more.
Can we call Nissa?
Yes.
This amplifying stuff sounds really cool, but she cast it, right?
No, the amplifier is Illyrian, so we need
Serpentis.
Serpentis Rock
Serpentis.
Talker, the
That is-
keeper.
That is
the-
the only name I have for her.
Oh, God. There's a title. No, that's the other one. So, yeah, we talked to Serpentis, who I think we have a pretty positive relationship with.
I do owe her tea. So what if? But Yana, you mentioned planar, or we were talking about planar binding.
I think I can do that with this book.
Will that keep her here? Will that keep her where we need her, but so that we can push her through the gate?
I had it pulled up. Maybe.
Can we amplify that spell enough for a god?
You attempt to bind a celestial, an elemental. I've read the book and memorized it. A fae or a fiend to your service. The creature must be within range. Yada yada yada. It has to make a charisma saving throw. If it fails, it's bound to serve you for the duration. I don't think we could talk a god into serving us, per se.
Then it will simply have to be a gate spell. I wonder if Serpentis can use gate.
All we need is a spell scroll. Because Tim, back me up here. Even if it's like a 9th level spell scroll, an 8th and like a 15th level wizard could use that.
You could attempt to use it, yeah.
Yeah. Yana's
So-
got that.
Serpentis is a powerful wizard. Is she not?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's got all kinds of goodies. She pitched just like a field trip in like the academic sense, just to the hells, like with just 2 people, and she felt confident that she could do that. Like, I think she probably knows a little thing about the gate or whatever.
All right.
I think she's a better wizard than me.
Well, I think we're looking to cast a spell like this, we're looking for one of the best couple wizards on the planet.
That's Yana and Serpentis for sure.
Should we go talk to Adonis?
Quickly.
And while we're gone, you talk to Wendell, everybody else. Talk to your people. If you got anything,
Oh, how many people can we bring?
It depends. If we're plane shifting, if we can use, because I've got the talisman again, which I can reattune to, we're gonna need to go up, down, and over, because we're still gonna need to get to Manta today.
I can get myself and 8 other willing creatures.
So 9 collectively.
So So in theory, we could teleport 9 and then also plane shift.
Plane shift is I feel like it's one less than that. Let me just
Sure.
open my spell
So
book here.
so we could, in theory, either bring 9 with a teleport or spend some more spell slots and get 17 there. Just to give us an idea of what we can bring.
Yes, it depends on where we're bringing people from. This is Emma talking. It just depends on where we're bringing people from.
Plane shift's the same. It's you and 8.
Oh, it's me and 8? Okay,
Okay.
great. Sorry, my spellbook was just choosing not to open at that point.
Also, unless we have a familiar, an object from Manta, if anyone kept something from Manta, there is a chance I could miscast. Unlikely as it is.
Then
Uh,
plane
d-
shifting to teleport, plane shifting to Manta, I can get us there to the courtyard. I'm very familiar with that place.
tight.
Does it need to have been an object generated on the island, Tim, or something that we just found there?
It's. You want me to read the thing?
Yeah, go for it.
Because I'm very familiar with that place. We spent some time there. Associated object means that you possess an object taken from the destination within the last 6 months.
I have Aegis's sword.
He might not be from there.
But it
No, but it was an
taken from the
object
place.
that I associate with that place. All it is a memento for me. It's not a tuning fork like y'all
Right.
need with your planing binding. It's just,
Okay.
what do I associate with the place?
Yeah.
I look at it, I say, ooh, that smells like Manta. Ooh, give me some of that Rila. Yum, yum, yum. And then we go.
Will that take us into the tomb of the Raven Queen?
No. It's just, I associate with the whole island.
All right. No.
Okay, well, we have that. So we could bring 17 people if we wanted to. And that's a lot, but I mean, we're fighting a god. The other thing that we can consider is there are other clerics of interested religions that would have a vested interest in not having the Raven Queen kill their deity.
Yeah, I feel like we got all the tools that we need right now. I think all we have to do is play our cards right.
Okay.
Because having another one of these long conversations with like the spiritual leaders of the world would probably eat up all our time between now and then. And we've got to visit a curiosity shop, and we got so many things. We got the 3 things.
In 10 hours.
Yeah, we got 10 hours.
We got 10 hours.
If
Okay.
we do well, we could scoot by on the skin of our teeth.
So, within the next 10 hours, let us say we have an hour to go to Adonis. I will also call Serpentis to see if she has a gate scroll or can make that available to us. We would also need to get to save Illyria and then get to pick up the scroll and then go to Manta.
Ideally, I think we would convince her to send it to us. Convince her, however we can, to come spend a day in Wolfreen.
She's never been here before.
I mean, if I head over there right now, then I could theoretically take a hella power nap and be able to teleport 2 hours before the deadline. That sounds a little cheesy, and I don't like it.
Let's message her right now, and let's message Nissa right now, and then let's go see Adonis.
All right.
Would you like to message first?
Who's calling whom?
I figure we should split the spell slots, so I'll call one if you call the other.
All right.
I'll call Nissa.
Okay.
How's it?
Or say hi if you have enough words, but don't worry about it if you don't.
Hi, Nissa. It's me, Kokanee, Lightkeeper. This is deeply, deeply important.
You don't need 2 deep, please.
Do you
And
have
need the first part.
the ability to cast Gate? Also, Yana says hi.
You're back. Tell her I say hi back.
She says hi.
Yes, I'm familiar with Gate. Why do you need it? No, it's Kokanee, not Callie.
Fuck off. Oh.
I'll cast Sending again. For the well-being
One word. It's hyphenated.
of Wolfrine, Kamea, and all of us, we need to banish a god today.
If you have more words,
And
tell her to
that's
come.
what
Just come
we
now.
need.
Just come now. Come now. Come now, because you'll keep slotting back and forth. You already sent it. It's
You
fine.
already sent it? Okay. You're back. Well, Gate.
You're a robot, Tim.
Your audio is super off.
Sound like
Weird.
a cyber. What's the?
How's it now?
over
Is
here,
it better?
the
Is it fine?
No, it's
cyber-
super
Dalek?
choppy.
No,
Yes.
Okay.
almost like a Dalek.
It is a little doggy.
That's probably why. Let's
It's
do
touching
that.
a tablet.
My cord isn't touching the electric cord. How's that? Is that better?
No.
No, you're
No.
a robot.
It's weird. I
Robot
just unplugged my
Tim.
mic. Put it back in.
This is fun. She's probably on the elemental plane of order where all those Modrons live.
Nis has been tinkering with.
Jar
How
has
about now?
No.
No.
Terrible.
Still a robot? Whoa,
Yeah.
that's
Such
so
a robot.
cool.
Oh God.
Anyway,
It's a little bit horrifying.
how about now?
A little
Cy-
better.
The
Little bit.
Cybermen.
No.
Why couldn't I
Is-
remember
No,
it's
no.
Is-
the Cybermen?
I don't know if you've got a cliff you're planning, but maybe now's the time to take a break.
Yeah. Why don't we take a
Yeah.
break before Nissa responds to that? And we will be back. We'll dip. We've sorted out
Basically, I mean, I'll say it now because this is a good cliff. A robot cliff. It doesn't work on gods. And that's where we'll take our break.
Oh
Uh,
no.
And we will be back in 10 minutes trying to fumble our way through something else. Love you guys. See you soon.
Ah,
Hey folks, Emma here. So, do you experience lore panic? You know, that deep, dark, sinking feeling that your DM or campaign notes are missing and disorganized? That you've forgotten an important plot point and it's going to send your life into a swirling void of angst and regret? Well, if you're like me, then you'll be happy to know that Blackwater is here to help. Yes, you, little lore keeper. We're really proud to announce our partnership with Silverwing Armory. Silverwing Armory is a Canadian company that specializes in gaming goodies, RPG resources, and nerdy necessities to help plan your campaign. My personal favorite are their campaign notebooks. Each of these beautifully designed books is handmade and crafted, showcasing original designs by the creator herself. There's enough that they'll match perfectly with wherever and whenever your game is set. They're also fully customizable, with different types of paper, dotted, lined, or graph, whatever works best for you. Finally, they're system agnostic, so no matter what game you run, from D&D to Call of Cthulhu, your lore is kept safe and organized however you like it. Head on over to their Instagram and website at Silverwing Armory, and use our promo code Blackwater for 10% off at checkout. It supports this amazing Canadian business and helps support our stream and the story we keep telling week after week. So you get less of this, and more of this. Silverwing Armory, for the lore keeper in all of us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh hey guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool, looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
And we're
And we're back.
Hello.
Tim is
Nothing
no
bad has
longer a
happening
robot.
here.
Look at this
Nothing bad.
trick I can do.
I'm not
The
a
gate
Terminator.
doesn't work on gods?
So guys,
gotta
Nista
get
just
that
told me
god-proof
that
gate.
gate doesn't work on gods. Could we maybe Saracite a gate?
We could Saracite a gate. We can Saragate. No, I feel like that's already a word and I don't want to use that.
That's something different.
I can't. Look, I portmanteau a lot and it doesn't always land, but you got to take the risks.
Appreciate the effort. It's important.
I think we got to talk to. Well, that's next up. Let's talk to Serpentis.
All right.
She's got the amplifier. She's got the know-how.
Right. I'm wondering. I have already talked to Her Grace today, so I don't know if I can do it again. But I wonder how she did it the first time. I wonder if it was an act of desperation. She thought that it would send her to the negative energy plane as a stasis, but it was. I wonder if she even knew where she was sending her.
Nah, I bet that was some wild spur of the moment. I'm mommy's favorite.
She said, I asked. She said she didn't know the ramifications it would have. But she made her choice. And that's what she did.
I think we got what we got from the gods, and now we call in some favors from all the good we've done over the last little while. Let's use what we got.
Last thing that is of consideration is if we're burning some spots doing all of this, we have 10 hours. If we put a cap on ourselves saying we do all of this in like an hour and a half, we can get them back before we have to go.
Theoretically,
which wouldn't hurt. I wouldn't hate going to fight a god, not short spell slots.
It seems possible, but we'd have to run it by somebody, and they'd have to be very cool about it. Because that does seem a little cheesy to me. Because like a long rest is like a sleep, and a short rest is like a food. But if we just do like a buffet for 8 hours, because I don't know about you, but it's like 11, and we woke up 4 hours ago. I don't think I could go to sleep that hard.
It's.
Tim, are you a cool DM?
It's up to you. If you want to, you could take a rest. You could take a long rest. But yeah, I mean, do consider the sort of reality of that. But it's up to you.
It's not.
I don't think that's it.
Okay. Well, let's get going then.
Well, let's talk to Serpentis. I mean, I can get us over there, but
I can. I have one more sending that I can use for today, and then I must keep. If I'm going to be. There is one thing you should know about. I'm not sure if your gods told you, Sunspeaker, Kokanee. It will take a lot of your magic. Once you cast it, it will take up all of your magic at, was it third, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Everything but your least too powerful levels of spells. It will take
Tim,
everything.
if I cast that, will it
You don't know.
like,
what
do
the
I need to
effect will
save
be.
those? I don't know what the effect will be.
Because the nature of the spell, it's quite a high level spell, which is beyond where you're at the moment.
Yeah.
And you get the sense that that's why Arathis told you it would be dangerous. You're not exactly sure.
Sure.
What it will do to you.
At least when I cast it last time, it took all my magic.
Has Kato returned?
Yeah, Kato has come back a little while after.
Does he look all right?
Make an insight check.
I'm quite insightful.
Okay, he's also been a teenage boy, so.
Uh, 19.
19. Let's see.
Wait, did you just, because Kokanee was once a teenage boy, he's like he can read teenage boys?
Yeah. I'm trying not to cry about my wife.
Nobody
so I'm
can read
dumb
teenagers.
jokes everywhere I can.
No. That's true. That's if you were once a teenage boy, then you can read them like books, and that's why so many dads have such an easy time with their teenage sons.
Burn. He seems fine. Yeah, he seems fine.
Okay.
All right. Do you wish me to call Serpenthus now and ask her what?
Could you fucking combine the amplifier with the gate spell? You personally, also, do you know the gate spell? And are you doing anything tonight in Manta with letters and the team? I think that's the way we pitch it.
Did you just send that, or is that what I'm supposed to say?
No, look, if I could send, I'd be happy to. I'm a wizard. I can get back. I didn't prepare it this morning. I don't know. I do have my spell book right here. Maybe if you give me a second. We've never tried to change your spells in the middle of the day. I don't know how that actually works. I just assume that like after like 9 o'clock, your brain is sealed.
I can do it.
So, I guess it's do you have an amplifier that could you cast it on a gate spell? Can you cast a gate spell? And
we know she has the
you
amplifier.
Okay. Could you get those things possibly to Wolfreen right now? Really pretty please.
She's never been to Wolfreen. We're asking an answer we already know, a question we...
I could take all of us there, and then we could gate hop to Manta.
This is true. If she says yes, we can... That may be the route. We can... you teleport us there, and then I can get us to Manta. All right. I can call her. Serpenthus, it's Nepentha. Exceedingly urgent. Do you know Gate? Can it be cast through an amplifier to have it work on a god? Help, please.
Hear back. Hello, Nepentha. I don't personally know Gate, but I know of it. With an amplifier, perhaps one could. I don't know if... She kind of stops there. And then you hear shortly after that, if it could work, I will look in our histories and consult with the spirits. Should you require an amplifier, I can give you one. You have a response. She sent to you.
Great. She's on it. We can show up. We've got all we need. Let's talk to the one wild card who might have an answer to all of this, because you got to keep your spell slots. You said that.
Yes, I do.
Casters don't let casters overcast.
I'm responding to her.
It's,
No, you can't do that.
You get a response.
She sent to her, so she gets a free response.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
sent to
Serpentis sent
Serpentis,
back.
and then Serpentis had extra to say, and then she sent back to me.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's real caster etiquette. Okay.
Please, 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 please.
Blessings, thank you. We may show up in Seva later for this need, particularly. Your help and consultation is greatly appreciated. You may help. Your help may save the world. Serpentis doesn't know. She is going to consult the histories and the ancestors, the spirits, but we don't know how long that will take, and I am loath if I do not suggest one more option. And I know that it is not going to be one that we will wish to do, but I'm going to put it on the table because I think we... If there is no guarantee with the gate that it can work with a god, we would be walking into this plan with nothing. We have the ability to potentially see what will happen. With the sphere that we learned about, the half spell scroll that you found, letters. It can grant someone the ability to step forward 24 hours.
It's half of that.
I know.
So you're gonna see what happened after.
It would require the other person who is able to cast that. I don't want to do that. I don't think, but I'm putting it on the table.
Let's talk to Adonis. I think yes, but big old wild card. Adonis talks in people's heads, is apparently connected to all kinds of crazy nonsense. He might have the thing, and barring that, then I think that is kind of what we got left.
All right, let's go see Adonis. Give us we will return, I would say addressing the council, we will return in half an hour at most.
Wait your return.
Thank you for your patience. And we book it.
Over to Adonis's shop. You see as you walk in, Kale sitting there.
Just point of order, just on our way out, I'd ask whoever's in charge of the armory. I'm gonna need like 6 javelins and like a hook attached to a chain. Mundane is fine. We'll figure it out when we get there, but I'm sure you can figure that out.
Yeah, okay, sure, man.
Oh, I like this guy. I wish I had time to get to know you.
Yeah, you never. Well, I'm the quartermaster. Nice to meet you. As you right.
See, if this was our home game, we would have played that out for half an hour.
Clearly.
All right, quartermaster. All right.
You didn't even get his name. You don't even know his name is.
Well, I'll pick up that hook later.
So you see Kale sitting there. Oh, hello. I don't know if I can do South African.
That's pretty good.
Not bad.
I liked it.
The only problem was
gotta
the way
remember my key
you
phrase.
bailed
Yeah,
on
I
the end
bailed
of it.
immediately.
Kale, it's lovely to see you. Is Adonis around?
Oh yeah, Adonis is in the back. Oh no.
You went
Tim,
key
you're
so
doing
fast.
Keep going.
so good.
Tim, you're
You're
doing
doing
great.
great.
You just need to lean into
So
it.
good.
Fine,
Do you need to say South Africa a few times? Because that always helps me.
yeah. I'll just go get him. New Zealand. That's his new accent. He's got a new accent. It's weird.
He's been spending a lot of time with Adonis. Weird
Kale
shit happens.
Inception of the
Salad
bag.
needs a different name, like letters has numbers. You
Uh,
know?
I can do South African too. That's the annoying part.
It's
the
Kale.
pressure.
It's Kale Cesar, is what it
No,
is.
it's kale chips.
Skill
It's
chips.
just Caesar salad.
And Adonis steps out of the back in his fine purple robe after about like 5 minutes. He doesn't come immediately. He kind of glides out. Oh, it's good to see you.
Oh my god, I missed this fool.
You rang.
What brings you into my shop?
I mean, you appeared in my head in the middle of a mushroom trip.
Whoa, freaky. You know, that's not the first time that's happened to someone, I've been told.
So you didn't do that on purpose?
No, why would I do that? I can't do that. I can't appear in dreams.
Insight check that. 100%. That's going to be a 22.
Yeah, he absolutely can appear in people's dreams. Okay, I'm just fucking with you, but we don't have time for that.
No,
No,
you're
we
right.
don't.
We don't.
You know that we don't have time for that.
Did you bring the mandolin?
Yes, but before that, we do have the mandolin, and we need to talk to you about it. But
Yes.
before that happens,
We don't have time for that at the moment.
yes. The
Wait, why is the mandolin time sensitive?
Do you want me to get into it?
no.
Okay, we have 10
a very-
hours for our death-defying thing. So is your thing on like a longer time clock? Because we have 10 hours.
We
until
got to be
God
somewhere in
tries to
half
kill
an
super
hour.
everyone.
Did you roll it
quickly-
out in 5?
I super quickly give him the rundown. You know, Matron of
Cole's notes.
Vengeance. We let her out. We make
Whoa,
a
that's
deal.
crazy.
She's gonna kill everybody.
Ooh. Yuck. Look, I mean, yeah, that's bad, I guess, but just keep the mandolin safe, okay?
Wait, you tell us what the mandolin, okay, in 5 minutes, because we've got to be somewhere in 20 minutes now. What's the deal with the mandolin?
It's not from this universe.
Oh, we got that.
gathered
What's the
that.
significance of that?
Things that aren't from this universe tend to have an effect on this place.
Yes.
It can be dangerous, and some items, while mundane, generally find their attunement with our plane, our universe. But that mandolin is in total discord with this place, and that is very bad.
Could
It's
it
from
open
a
a,
universe that is a truly dark timeline.
could we open a portal to there with the mandolin?
No, I will not do that. That's extremely dangerous.
Oh, now you're Mr. Caution. Okay.
Adonis,
Wait, I don't know what
perhaps
have memories.
This question might be a bit of a segue into the current plight that we're in, and I want to talk to you about the mandolin. We have learned much, and I need to talk to you about this.
And I point at the ring of the multiverse on my finger.
Wondering when you'd ask me about that. It's pretty freaky, isn't it?
Goddess Grace, Adonis, I have so many questions, but I don't have any time. we have to banish the Matron of Vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
And the spell gate, apparently will not work on a deity.
Oh yeah, no way.
Do you have any idea, any assistance about how we can open a rift to the negative energy plane so that we can put her there?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could cause a tear? Somehow try to merge the planes? You'd have to figure out when the negative energy plane is closest to this plane. The planes all rotate in a cosmic sort of dance. Tomorrow is the equinox. It's when, at least, I can't remember what plane Paylor lives on. Off the top
Eternus.
of my, that's the one, Eternus. He named it that, I bet. It's when it's the closest to our plane.
Right.
So I doubt that the negative energy plane is very close to here right now. That's when I would do it.
We don't have time for that.
Well, shit.
Well, shit indeed.
Do you have any way of bringing something out of the negative energy plane? That would cause a rift. Briefly, I suppose.
I mean, uh,
What?
if we went there and we banished something, would
Oh,
that?
you don't want to go to that place. It is freaky and bad.
What lives there, Adonis?
Nothing lives there.
What exists there, Adonis?
Oh, creepy night walkers, ghosts. I've heard some liches have taken residence there over the years. It's a plane of anti-life, so nothing living.
But not death.
No, undeath.
Yes.
Is there a way to summon something from that plane?
I don't know.
Do you know maybe any demons that live there and know them by name? Because theoretically, summon demon is a pretty low key spell, but you got to know the name of the demon. You know anybody who lives down there
But
personally?
Not any demons. They all live in the abyss.
I know, but maybe they can move around.
what if
Wait, who do you know who lives down there?
What, in the abyss? I know tons
No,
of guys
not
down.
no, not there. No, no, in the negative energy plane.
I don't
I'm
know
coming
anybody
back
who
to
lives
that
there.
later.
Hold
I
on.
don't know anybody. I hate that place.
Hold on. We know one thing, I think, that's gone to the negative energy plane.
the Nightwalker we banished?
Yeah.
We don't know its name.
Didn't even know they had names. I guess everything has a name. I just don't ask.
Names hold true power. They often don't give them freely.
Ah.
Theoretically,
Mhm.
if I am understanding the gate spell correctly, the Matron of Vengeance, we may not be able to summon the gate for her. But if we were to call something through the gate,
No, I think the gate spell specifically can't be opened around gods.
right?
Yeah,
Ransom from
pain.
That's my tattoo.
So we'd need to summon something from there.
to send her back.
If that's even possible, I don't know.
Perhaps also coming out of the far side. Adonis, what do you know about chronomancy?
Time magic?
Yes.
Oh, it's a real headache.
Wait. I've got it. We just need to put her in another dimension, right? Two things.
Dimension or plane?
Just hear me out on this. We just need to banish her somewhere else. Bag of holding. Cast in large. Over her head. Banishment. You'd lock her in there, and we never open the bag again.
That's how that works. But maybe.
Is that?
She's
Did I
not
just-
an object. You can't just put her in a bag of holding.
Oh, that's right.
Also, if it takes damage on the inside, doesn't it break?
Yes.
We can open a very temperamental portal to the astral plane by putting my most beloved fucking portable pocket into our bag of holding that would tear a rift into the astral plane. Is that anything?
I can't. Go ahead, Yana.
I can access the ethereal plane. I don't know that I can tear it open or anything. I don't know much about it. I've just like, poked my hand in. I haven't like fully gone in yet.
Kind of like an echo of this plane. The ethereal plane. It's very close. It's not really a place you can exist forever.
Okay. What if we put her in the abyssal plane?
Do you want to throw her down in the abyss?
She's come out once before, though.
Yeah, but she wasn't
Banished there.
sealed.
The Chained Oblivion is sealed there.
Oh, that guy. I heard some bad stuff happen to that guy.
He did. Banishing her to the abyss.
could be an improvement to the negative energy plane. We just got to put her somewhere that's not this. And it sounds like the negative energy.
I don't know.
Side note, Cosmic Fishhook, you got that in store, and I say that to Kale because I feel like he knows the inventory better than Adonis.
Kind of like, do we?
Yeah,
No,
where'd
but
you
I
shot?
know a guy on the astral plane who might have one.
Oh, that's so good, and we just don't have time to follow up on that. What's his name? Just real quick.
Oh, it's gonna take a while for me to remember.
Oh, forget
but I've got
about it.
in here
Forget about it.
somewhere. And he starts
I'll ask
rubbing
you
his
later.
temples.
No.
No, I really want to remember now. It was a
Well,
good name.
When you said that, I thought you had just had it ready. I didn't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I really planned for a Cosmic Fishhook.
You're the one.
I
Look,
got a
Tim.
guy.
You're the one who said I know a guy, and all
do
I
that.
said
I
was,
just have to
"Oh,
pull
okay."
it up in. No, I do. It's in
So-
there.
So we could, just while he's looking.
Yeah.
I like the
Okay.
negative energy plane because she, in the past, was unable to leave it.
Yes.
But in theory, we could banish her to any plane.
Yes.
There are a lot of planes we wouldn't want to banish her to because of the damage she could do.
Yes. And the particular type of evil or entities that exist in those planes, she could have a lot of fun and build quite a, while chained. We'd known that Tharazdun was chained once and broke those chains with Ruvalsum.
Because we could, there is a scenario where we could summon some sort of devil and push her through the rift to hell.
Is there a plane that's just really mediocre? Can we just give her a timeout?
Plane of ooze?
Yeah, because if we send her somewhere bad, she's going to be more mad, pissed off, and literally, run amok down there. We send her to the hells, and then she'll just rule hell. If we send her to the plane of ooze or ash or something, she, it's not the negative energy plane, which is the worst. It's not where the gods are, which is awesome. It's just somewhere where she can cool off for a few centuries.
I remembered his name. It's
Oh, I love that.
Duke Corbano.
Oh boy, oh boy.
He runs the skiff yard in the Waypoint.
Oh no, I have so many things to do, and that is now the top of the list. The skiff
I
yard?
think some of you have met him before.
Oh,
You probably don't remember, though.
What?
Sorry,
Sorry, what?
we don't remember though?
What do we remember?
Have you been taking memories from us, Adonis?
Oh, no. You would remember him if you met him.
Can we
Roll
And I would
insight?
meet him
Yeah,
at the
rolling
skiff yard
insight
at
check.
where? Wait, Tim, where?
He's
Where?
at the Waypoint.
The Waypoint. Hell yeah.
23 for insight.
24.
He's just telling the
21.
truth.
I rolled a natural one. We saw that coming.
I
Can't read
want
people.
to talk to you more about what you have been doing in dreams and about the mandolin and the multiverse. I want to talk to you about that, Adonis. I do, and I want to sit down and I want to have a cup of tea after today. Can we do that?
We really must.
Right, we must.
That's a tomorrow thing.
That's tomorrow.
Because the mandolin is time sensitive, I understand.
So you said that chronomancy is...
Said it was a real headache.
Do you know anything about it?
I mean, I don't know how to wield it. I'm aware of it. But I don't know many who can use it.
Did you know Aegis? Do you know Aegis?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't know if I've ever met him.
Do you know Halora?
Oh, yeah. She's a mage. Very powerful. Kind of standoffish.
She asked about you, and where your shop was.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yes, I guess I didn't tell her that I was moving. I mean, she didn't come that often. She likes seeing Tood. Guy's a hack.
I need to know more about the relationship between Adonis and Tood. I need to know that.
Are you guys seeing Tood?
I've never met
Oh.
Tood.
I don't know who Toot is.
He owns a curio shop in Ishion.
I've never,
Pretty second rate, if you ask me.
never been to Ishion.
There's nice parts.
Adonis, we don't have time for this, but do you're asking like we're seeing Tood. Is there something where like we're seeing you as our one proclivator of crazy wacky
Yeah,
stuff?
Yeah,
of
what is
course.
this?
Okay.
I know what you see,
Okay.
multiple curio shop owners.
Okay. I just want to be clear
I
about
gotta
that.
protect my business interests.
Adonis is asking us to define our relationship.
No,
thought we had
Adonis,
something- you
we're
cooked me
defining
dinner.
it. Adonis thinks we're in an exclusive relationship.
We're setting boundaries.
You know, I don't eat dinner with all my clients or customers.
That was very, very
fair.
lovely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay,
thought it
but
was
we gotta
special, but I guess
go.
maybe it isn't.
No,
for
it
you.
was special, Adonis. It was. Very much so. You let us use your tiny kitchen in Spellland. It's very
We
special.
haven't dined with Toot.
Ellie's gonna walk
Yet.
outside. Shop.
So no cosmic fishhook. Thank you, Adonis. I don't think I have any more questions.
All right.
I appreciate your help, and we will return hopefully tomorrow.
I hope so.
Yes. I'd go follow Callie out.
Okay.
Callie.
Yeah, I do too.
The chronomancy. If we decide on sending someone forward, it's got to be me. I think I can't seal the rift. I'm not a wizard. I don't have any magic that's going to be exceedingly helpful until after we're there. If we're going to send someone forward, it's going to be me.
I'm very uneasy about the idea of sending someone forward.
If,
Laura's done this one time, and last time she missed by 500 years.
yeah, if.
That was a different spell.
Oh, is
Not
it?
the same. Yeah.
Okay.
She
Last time
used-
she
Side
met
note,
us with chronomancy, she
turned
missed by
back
500
time.
years.
She used a sphere to turn back time.
Tim, a little side thing. What we know
Slipped.
about the sphere of the Jays at the thing,
It just,
ages, it sends you forward and you come back. So if we were to send Sean Deppner forward in time, would I be like, blip? Oh, here's
There's
the
no
winning lotto.
guarantee that you can come back.
So the sphere of ages turns back time in a small. That's what she used. She amplified the sphere of ages to turn back the time at Telekov.
if I could turn
The sphere of
back
ages can turn back
time.
time in a small area for a certain amount of time, but it's not easy to do, and you're not really sure of the outcome. That's why when she tried to turn back Telekov to prevent what happened, she accidentally turned it back 500 years and has had to
Classic.
now prolong her life to make sure that she's there when it catches up to whenever what happened to that place happens. Skip Day is a different spell where she can send someone forward one day, essentially.
But they don't
Blip
just
out.
come back,
No, they blip
just
out
there.
and they arrive a day
and we'll
forward.
see him in 24. So, yeah, Neppy, I don't think Skip Day will necessarily help us if they can't come back.
I think my only thought was that if we... Of course, I don't know how chronomancy works. I don't. Which is why I wanted to speak to Aegis. If we could get forward 24 hours at the tower to see Aegis, he and Halora would be there.
But we couldn't come back. So we
One
would
of
be
us
there having missed our
goes-
date.
Even
And-
if one of us goes, don't we break the deal? Aren't we all supposed to bring
I know.
Kato to Manta?
Was it? She needs us. I forget her wording, but if we just need to deliver Kato, Kato wants to go on his own. But then bad things. If we're not there, then no one is there to stop bad things from happening to Kato.
But
It
I-
said
I just-
her
sorry.
wording was deliver Kato to
Yeah,
me.
we don't need to be there.
But I don't see the value of sending one of us forward 24 hours if they
It
can't
would-
come back. They
it would
can't
be-
tell us.
It would be if Aegis had the power to send us back. But that is no guarantee, so which was why I was trying to call him. And of course I couldn't contact him because I don't know which Aegis I would be speaking to. The Aegis that shows up tomorrow at that tower may not even know us. Actually, to be
Probably
fair,
definitely doesn't.
he definitely doesn't.
There
he
isn't
has
an
only-
Aegis that is living that knows us.
Yes, it would have to be on the word of Halora.
It seems like the fastest way to get somebody stranded in an area that they can't help us anymore,
I know.
with the chance that maybe he can send us back, possibly.
I'm grasping at straws. Because if the gate does not seem to work, she will stop it. We can bind her if we get her there. But the only thing that I know about the planes is what we have traveled and the magic I can do through plane shift.
I can open us a gate to the astral plane. That's
We can't let her loose in the astral sea.
if all the gods know she's coming, then
So, I think, could we make a portal to hell or the abyss by pulling something from there?
I
Some
can't
sort of
summon a
summon.
demon, but it is easier to do.
So, if in theory, if we got the shard, Saracite, tried planar binding, or tried portal or gate with the amplifier, it works, great. It doesn't work, we summon a demon, we send her to hell. It sucks.
And we what, bind her in hell? I don't think hell is the better option. I'm sorry, but with what I know of the hells, I don't think the hells of the abyss are the better option. I don't think that's a good option. There is too much down there that she would have access to. Granted, she is chained, in essence, yes, but that does not stop her influence. Can you imagine the levels of evil rife through hell, powered and spurred by vengeance, more so than they already are? Beings like Erkin.
Ooze? Plane of ooze? Because we like the negative energy. There's got to be something we're missing that gets us
There is
into
a
the
piece.
negative energy plane.
Yes.
Who do we know? We know everybody on the fucking planet. There's got to be somebody who knows something.
I have prepared divination today. Hold on, let me see. Let me think for a moment.
And we don't know any spells that we can put her in whatever this bad universe is that Adonis is talking about.
And there is no guarantee. My thought is that if I ask her grace, how did you open the rift to the negative energy plane in the first place? There is a good chance she cannot answer me again today. I have asked her enough. However, I can ask divination. I can divine.
I can.
What would that do?
It gives me the ability to ask a single question concerning one thing that will happen within the next 7 days. It is different than commune.
And that's a yes or no, right?
No, it could be. It could be a phrase. It could be a premonition of some kind, an omen. But it does not take into account possible circumstances that may change the outcome.
I mean, our problem isn't not knowing, what would happen. If she gets Kato, I don't think that's really what we're worried about. All we need to know is how to stop her.
Let me do this. Let me divine.
All right.
This is all right. Okay. I am gonna take out a piece of kind of tuck. I know we're like right outside Adonis's shop, so I'm just gonna tuck into a side street.
Bye.
We're gonna just tuck into a side street into like an alcove or something. I'm gonna take a piece of dried rela out of my bag, pop it in some white water, give it a shake, say a prayer. I'm gonna sit down. Before I drink it, I can ask her one of two things. I can ask her what is the best way to get the Matron of Vengeance into the negative energy plane. Or I can ask her, how did you get her there the first time?
I think the first is better.
First one, yeah.
It's the best way.
What's the best way?
To get her into the negative energy plane. All right. All right. Goddess grace, here we go. And I'm going to down the rela, and I'm going to cast divination. And I'm going to ask, what is the best way to bind the Matron of Vengeance? What is the best way to... I've been playing a lot of D&D today. What is the best way to get the Matron of Vengeance into the chain, or into the negative energy plane, right? That's what I'm asking? Yes?
Yes.
Yes. What is the best way to get the Matron of Vengeance into the negative energy plane so that we may bind her there?
Well worded.
Just like the chained one, you must tear open a rift.
Dib.
I come out of it like, I thank her. We have to tear a rift. We have to tear it. It is, I'm assuming, what she did. Her act was a desperate one. I don't know how to tear a rift.
Does anyone here know the spell negative energy flood?
Oh,
Because
I do.
Because that surely channels negative energy from the negative energy plane. We fucking amplify that. Bear with me here.
No, keep going, Letters. Don't stop.
Wait,
Yeah?
okay.
I have that one ready today.
We amplify that while shooting it into the bag of holding, while throwing it into the portable hole, tearing a rift into somewhere, and we flood it with negative energy, and we hope for the best. Someone else take the reins for me. That's what I got.
No, I think you're on the right track. I think that it would involve... Yana, what are the specifics around negative energy flood that you know?
Well, I send out ribbons and of negative energy, and it sucks like vitality away from someone, sort of. Doesn't work on undead. If it works really well, it turns somebody into a zombie if it kills them. But
that's so cool.
So if that pulls, it is an essence of undeath.
Anti-life, sure. Yeah.
What if
Feels like a stretch, but we're getting somewhere.
What if... No, go ahead, Lettuce. Go ahead.
I know fucking Adonis said we shouldn't go there, but if we need access to the negative energy plane, if someone casts negative energy flood on someone while they cast plane shift, focusing on the energy of this flood, is that enough to be like, yep, that's where that's from, send me to there? And then once you're there, you ideally pop back out, but maybe you just anti-die. I don't know.
In that instance, we would be traveling to the negative energy plane with her and binding her there, using the negative energy flood as the tuning fork for the negative energy plane. Because I need something to get us there to plane, but there is no way that I can get us... Well, that's not true. I can't get us both to Manta and also back from the negative energy plane.
I can.
Wait a minute.
Because we need to get to
For this plan, we need the amplifier, yes.
We need the amplifier. We gave it to her. Maybe she has a teleport scroll. So everyone we need goes to the amplifier. We grab the amplifier. From there, we hope and pray that Seppenthus has or is able to come up with a scroll that can get us over there. If she's got like 8 hours, she could probably write one up. I'll give her money for the components. That gets us to Manta. Because I can cast there knowing Manta. Once we're there, we flood you as you cast plane shift, focusing on the flood, somehow taking the Matron of Vengeance with you.
She would need to be willing for plane shift. If there is a way that we could use the negative energy flood to open a rift, I wonder if we could simply use the amplifier to pull enough energy from the negative energy plane to cause a rift.
That's dope, and it'll work. 100%. 100%. Yeah! Let's line up like 4 amplifiers. Let's go boom, 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 just down the line and just rip Manta to shit as negative energy floods into the prime material plane.
What if we... There is the tree.
Yeah?
Hear me out.
Okay.
The remnants of Thalbask, the tree of life, are in Manta. That tree holds the lower planes in check. That tree husk is dead. But the magic of it lives in the undergrowth. The magic of that tree still lives. That tree is a planar conduit. It has it exists of planar magic.
Okay.
Even though the tree up top is dead, the undergrowth still lush. What if there is a way to use... I really like this negative energy flood, because if that is where the energy is coming from, if there is some way that we can use the undergrowth or the tree itself, what is left of it, the husk of it, as a conduit, perhaps that will be enough residual energy, magic of Thalbask in it that will open the rift.
What would happen if the grove was destroyed?
Destroying the undergrowth.
Yeah, if this goes bad, then the lower
I'm not saying that
planes
we do it. I'm
aren't
saying
okay.
if we do this, we maybe accidentally destroy the undergrowth.
I know that in one of Nepthysicet's, what we saw, she managed to keep a bough of Thalbask alive. And by the lower planes are in check. We do not have hell and the abyss spilling out.
You would know of the tree in Ishion.
Oh, I know that
the tree
it's
of Thalbask in Ishion. Yeah.
Thalbask exists in Ishion. It is
Okay.
planted.
Okay. There are 2 spots, or 3 spots, I guess, on Manta where this path has already been completed, going to and from the negative energy plane.
Yes.
One where Spooky banished the Nightwalker. One where Nepthysicat banished the Matron of Vengeance, and one where she returned. I imagine that if there is anywhere that we have a chance of tearing a hole through the plains, it is one of those 3 spots.
Yes. The tree is right in the courtyard. That would be one. Along the bridge was with the Nightwalker, and then in her tomb, in the
All right.
sarcophagus.
This is the plan. We get the thing. We channel negative energy flood like mad through it at the tree, hoping to overload its natural planar capacity, ripping open a tear to the negative energy plane, upon which time we banish the god into the rift. It's a stretch, but I think it's our strongest. Once we get it ripped open, the plan works.
And we
But I think
somehow
that gets
She
gets
has
us
to
in there.
be there, and we have to be able to push her through it. The rift has to be open for Kokanee and I and the Sun Speaker to be able to banish her. And if she is in it, we have to step in, and if she is out, we can push her back in.
Okay.
So what about some sort of device that is like an amplifier
Mm-hmm.
attached to some sort of like conducting wire attached to a big shard of sericite, and we stab it into the tree and Spooky casts on the amplifier?
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
We got Cersite up the butt. We connect that to a chain, Cersite hook, whatever. We stick it in the thing. We're money. And then we flood that tree with negative energy like nothing. I don't see how it could go wrong. It's idiot proof.
I think it's the best plan we've got. It's the closest thing we've had to an actionable plan.
One that we are not fully, but it does not rely on other people other than the amplifier.
We need to get her to stay at the tree.
Is that in the courtyard of Manta?
Yes.
It is in the courtyard of Manta.
Perfect.
No, I mean, she needs to be weak for this to work,
Yes.
right?
Okay, that what we can do.
We need her to stay by the tree when she sees that things are going wrong.
Yes.
That is the last thing. We can build the device. It seems like our best shot at opening a rift. But we need, when she realizes that it's going the wrong way for her, we need to keep her there.
And we need to keep
Her-
Kato alive.
And we need to keep Kato alive.
Her bailing is not the worst thing for us. Technically, if we deliver him there, she has to break her promise, and then we're free. We can fight another day. If she bails, that is not. Then she's going to be conspiring, and we'll conspire against her. But you won't have the brands on us because gods can't break promises or whatever the fuck. So like, we'll do our best. But I don't know. I can try to freaking earth.
You're right, but
bind her.
It is our best shot to get her. We know where she'll be. I think that if we allow her to escape, it would be a mistake.
Yes. We have one shot to banish her. This is what we have to bind her.
Okay.
Because as
We do not want.
Go ahead.
We do not want the god of vengeance out in the world focused solely on vengeance upon us.
I can summon my big hand and grab her a bunch.
Well, we already know you can backhand someone through a rift, so
Yeah, well, that's true.
There's a very good chance that she needs the tree to do whatever she's doing. If she's doing something with Adonis, she chose to stay for a reason, right?
perhaps you might be right. Kelly, does this plan feel all right to you?
I don't know. I don't know magic more than smite and healing, so I'm kind of lost here. I've been in Wolfreen for as long as we've been, and all I've done is touch Kamaya's shoulder. I haven't been able to talk to her, so I'm not really here right now. I'm good to do anything, and I see my part in this is I'm going to stand next to Kato and make sure he does not die to the best of my ability. That boy won't get more than 5 feet from me.
Speaking of which, we should head back there.
You should take.
If he's anything more like Finnan than we know, he might already be trying to find a way there.
I think they're more alike than either of them will ever choose to admit.
I'm also going to be the only one with Revivify, I'm assuming.
After
Once
some
it
point.
has been cast.
I mean, we're all in pretty tight with the goddess of the transition between life and death. If some of us go and aren't able to come back, we'll get where we need to go. I think that's one place we've made a positive connection.
And I can stay your buddy until the following day.
Okay.
Kelly, I don't want to. I know. Before we leave Wolfreen, talk to Kamea, please. Do more than just a hand on a shoulder. Fuck propriety. Yes, she's the queen, but she's your wife. Sorry, you were saying.
I was saying, Letters, it seems like the last thing to do is see if we can go build some variety of a hook.
Yeah, well, I was
There's a-
talking to that quartermaster guy. He seemed pretty sick. I'm pretty sure by the time we get back there, I'll at least have something to enchant. If we've got 8 hours, I could talk to Tova and we can maybe smash something out. It's not a complicated spell. It'll just stop her from flying, but
It's better than what we've got now.
right.
Maybe we could get an amplifier in it or something and have it pack a bit of a punch. I don't know, but
Look, I'll be honest. As cool as an Astral's fishhook is, I think we should spend our time in Sava Illyria working on whatever we're going to have to empower Yana. I think that's our best shot.
Okay.
And I'm a pretty good tar pit. When I really put my clever hat on, I'll figure something out.
Okay.
Shall we head back to the council?
Let's do it.
All right.
Back to the council. Coming up on about 9 hours.
Left?
Yeah.
Big.
Can we go?
Yeah, this whole session has been kind of real-time conversations.
Trying to figure out what the fuck to do. Yeah. So we walk in.
There, you can see there is sort of a tension in the air of like what previously was sort of like an excited kind of like planning for a pretty big holiday here. It's sort of turned, the mood has turned and shifted. So they all kind of sort of wait on bated breath.
We lay out the plan.
Okay. See the Sun Speaker When do we leave?
No.
Very well. Kato, get your things. May I have 10 minutes?
Yeah, everyone take a tight 15.
Very well. We'll meet you back here outside the Gatestone Keep.
Of course.
All right. You see they head towards the temple. And that is where we're going to end it tonight.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I don't see any points in our plan where things could break bad.
No, none at all.
It's absolutely foolproof.
We're basically
Oh,
making a cake as
boy.
long as we crack the eggs in and then add the thing. Like
That butter's
We've
got to
got-
be room temperature, though. If it's cold or hot, it's done. Like that's...
we've got a recipe for success and a few nuts in the mix, and I think this is a bad time. But some things are gonna come back next week. Thank you everybody for sticking around for this live, like real time, everyone
No
losing
dice
their
rolls.
shit. No dice rolls.
I mean, some couple dice.
Some
rolls.
insight.
Some insight checks.
Some insights. Certainly.
As you can tell, we're all fine.
So fine.
Everything's fine.
We're as fine
just
as the Sun
fine.
Speaker. Yeah, we are the Sun Speaker. We are terrified and resolved. We're all
the Sun Speaker.
We will be back on Monday, where we will talk a little bit about this, and then we're going to try and get through a little bit of lore. And don't.
I
look
think
at
we
me
can
that
get
way.
through lore. We'd like everything that was this episode. We don't really have to talk about it because all we do on Chatwater is like unpack. All this episode was unpacking what we're
We
gonna do.
unpacked.
It's gonna be the shortest preamble of Chatwater ever. It's like, do you watch the episode? Yeah.
do.
All right. Let's talk about
Do you
lore.
need to talk about how many demons Adonis knows in hell?
I mean, it might be worth talking about Adonis's associates, who is Duke Corbano. That sounds
Corbano.
pretty exciting. Corbano. Yeah, no, I did spell it right. I just read it wrong.
Well,
He
we
is
will be
from
back.
a one-shot.
Yes, he was from
An
the
Adonis one-shot.
And was it the second Adonis one shot? My
Yeah.
birthday. Yeah.
He runs the Astral Skiff Yard.
Thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. And please come back on Monday. Hang out with us at Chatwater, where we will do some lore. We will. And it's really scary out there when you're only 9 hours away from potentially the world ending. So
Sorry.
Be safe.
Good
Wait,
night, folks.
we keep Kato with Codus because wherever Codus is the safest place.